Right, and speaking of our Amy Robach, let's go back to her now. I don't know if she's staying, Robach, if you're staying on your regular intermittent fasting schedule as you're exploring the Earth. There's a gorgeous, gorgeous shot of the Galapagos Islands where she's been on this adventure. Rob, you were being eaten up by a couple of horseflies earlier, but you have seen other things that were a little less painful and certainly fascinating, including, again, my bad, you said it was a giant tortoise. Maybe I didn't really pay close enough attention.
Right, that is true. It's a giant tortoise, and the horseflies are just the price of admission to see all of this gorgeous beauty around me. Look at this pristine beach, this incredible seawater. The problem is with climate change. You have rising sea temperatures, which affects the currents coming in and the nutrient-rich currents that so many of these animals rely on, and also rising sea levels. And so I want to show you something here behind me. We've got incredible sea turtle tracks, and their nests are just behind where those tracks end. When you have high tides, that threatens those nests, the eggs in them, and the sea turtles themselves. But as you mentioned, we want to talk about those beautiful giant tortoises. We have a very positive story to bring you about the Galapagos giant tortoise.
As the sun rose over the Galapagos, our eagle-eyed drone team spotted two devil rays skimming along the surface. We were on our way to the island of Santa Cruz, where a cloud forest in the middle of this arid island is home to stunning twin pit craters. Here we encountered the finches made famous by Charles Darwin.
Darwin's finches played a huge role in Darwin's development of the theory of evolution by natural selection. Those species of Darwin's finches are only found on the Galapagos.
Home to many unique plants and animals, the region faces the threat of invasive species, which could be made worse by climate change.
Climate change is one of the biggest threats to these species, along with things like habitat destruction and invasive species. And all three of those sort of work together in a synergistic way and against the species that are here. Climate change presents a very real risk to these islands.
Next, our first encounter with the storied Galapagos giant tortoise.
That is the biggest one we've seen so far.
This guy could weigh maybe 600 pounds. You will need 6 strong men to carry one.
On neighboring Hispaniola Island, the tortoise population diminished to just 15 by the mid-20th century. So in the 1970s, the Charles Darwin Research Station here recruited a male tortoise from the San Diego Zoo to take his talents to Hispaniola. They named him Super Diego, and super is an understatement. Now retired, no longer in captivity, our drone team set about finding Diego. After 5 hours of searching, finally, there he was, the white tracker on his back as he slept in the shade, his long neck extending out of his shell.
When I first saw Diego, it was very emotional. Tears came to my eyes. It's decades of efforts trying to protect this animal. So he's an old friend. I've been talking about Diego for ages.
And Robach, what did you mean exactly when you said he took his talents to the island?
I think you know exactly what I meant, and we actually got to see that in the wild. I'm not even kidding. Yesterday, we weren't allowed to show it because, you know, American television probably frowns upon that, but it was fascinating to see them do what they do, and it certainly helped the population.
Okay. I'm sure you all have video of that somewhere. We won't air it, but I'm curious.
Oh, it's on my iPhone. I'll show you when I get back.
Okay, I am curious, strangely. But you also, among all the things you got to see, you even got to see a volcano erupt?
Oh my goodness, it was incredible. Last night we got within about 7 miles of the erupting Wolf volcano, and our drone got to fly right over it. We were watching lava just flow out in real time. This eruption has been going on for 6 weeks, which is pretty unusual for these islands. They usually typically only last a couple of days, and volcanic eruptions aren't unusual, but this one was just in terms of its length. Thankfully, the residents of that island are far away, in addition to the, now I hope, world famous hot pink iguanas. They live on Wolf Volcano, but on the other side of the eruption. So they are safe, and we just get to marvel at the beauty of Mother Nature.
You know, the iguanas have kind of been a highlight. I don't know, I really like those guys. But what a trip you have been on so far. It's not over. Huh? Go ahead.
No, yeah, I was saying we're going to see some yellow iguanas later today, so wait for that tomorrow.
All right, Rose, what a trip you are on. Thank you for letting us go along. It's been very cool. Our best to the entire crew. I know a lot of people are there making sure you get on the air, so our best to them as well. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, bye-bye.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.